Hi, CrossFit Syracuse, Sunday, June 21st. We have a 10 by 10 workout. First thing, durability. You're gonna do your durability after your warm-up. Again, you can do your general warm-up, or you can warm up things that you know that you need. I know where I'm tight, that's what I'm gonna work on. So we're gonna do a marching bridge versus a bear crawl. We're gonna do a 6-minute EMOM, so if you're using your timer, it's every 60 seconds for 6 minutes. So the marching bridge, you can do this on the floor, on the back of your couch, on a stability ball. I'm gonna lift up into a bridge, and I wanna make sure that I'm tucking my tail. So I'm pulling my belly button in, I'm taking my hips towards my knees, my glutes towards my knees. The front of my hips, I'm pulling them up and in towards my rib cage so that they're closer, so it's a hollow body. All those things mean the same thing. And then I'm just gonna march left and right. I'm gonna have you guys pick up that knee and try to bring it into your belly. And just maintain stability. So I really do focus on my hips here. If you have a stability ball at home, place those feet right on that ball and do that. It's a lot more challenging. I like it. You could even do it on the back of the couch. So if you want to put your shoulders on the back of the couch, just like we do the hip thrusts, and you can do it that way too. So just changing things up. You're going to do that for a minute, and then you're going to flip over, straight-legged bear crawl. So such a good stability warm-up for your shoulders and your back. I'm getting extension. My legs are getting a stretch. So everything can move, right? Except for the knees. You can go backwards if you need to. All right, so some faults with this one is feet walking too close to the hands. So you don't want that to happen. You also don't want your feet to go too wide. So if I do that, I'm bypassing the stretch on the ankle. So if your ankles are tight, that's probably what's gonna happen. So make sure you keep your feet on their little train tracks and your knees stay straight as much as possible. If you're super tight, they're gonna have like a slight bend, but we wanna maintain that A-frame. The other fault that does happen is people go into plank. So make sure you stay hips really high. Go slow, doesn't have to be fast, just for a minute. So every 60 seconds for 6 minutes, you're gonna go back and forth alternating between that bridge and the bear crawl. You'll end up doing 3 rounds. The workout is a 10 by 10. I'm gonna put a 45-minute cap on this. So, you know, depending on what you do, a lot of times my workouts, I end up changing them or doing like eccentric or isometric stuff. So I'm moving slower, but I'm putting more time under tension. But my overall workout time is like twice everybody else's, which is fine. But if that happens, I'm gonna put a 45-minute cap on it. So at least you get a good 45-minute workout. We're gonna do hamstring slides. So you can use just socks. I don't have socks on right now, so I'm gonna use these sliders. And you're gonna lay on your back. So socks on a hardwood will work just fine, but I happen to have these sliders here. So what I'm gonna do, lay on my back, lift up my hips. I'm just gonna go out and in 10 times, okay? So that's the easiest thing. If it's really challenging, you're gonna go out, drop your hips, bring your feet back in, re-lift up your hips, go out nice and slow, drop your hips, come back in. So for some reason, I mean, you can still do that even if it's easy, but if for some reason this is too hard, then you're just gonna work on the eccentric. So elongate the hamstring, lower the hips down, bring it in, okay? Just 10 of those. Go nice and slow, concentrate it, and then you're gonna do a deadlift with either your pack or your dumbbells, but the pack or the weight is gonna be in between the feet. So it is kind of like a sumo, but I don't want you to think too much about that. So just set up more like in a squat position with your feet. All right, so squat position, I'm gonna hinge over, hips low, pack comes up, pack comes down. So it's sort of a hybrid, right? I got my normal stance, like a squat stance, but instead of doing a squat, I'm gonna be hinged over a little bit for a little bit more of a deadlift, okay? All right, just make sure when you're doing that, your toes and knees are facing the same direction. So when I'm going down, I don't have it going out or going in, all right? So 10 deadlifts with the weight in between your feet, then 10 marching plank. So in plank, I'm gonna lift up my feet, left and right. I only have to take it off the floor. You can take it to the left and to the right if you want to, but if you take it up, don't let this happen. This is a no-no. Okay, I want to make sure I maintain that hollow body. Additionally, if you have a stability ball, one of those big blow-up balls, you can put your feet on the ball and do your marching plank that way. That's how I usually do it. Okay, and then you're gonna do with the sliders or your sock feet, we're gonna slide left and right in plank. So, in plank, I'm gonna bring both feet to one elbow, back to plank, both feet to the other elbow, back to plank. That's really, really challenging. If you don't have sliders, you don't want sliders, you can tiptoe. So take little tiny steps to the left, go back to plank, a few steps in to the right, go back to plank. I honestly like the tiptoe better. I think the sliders look harder, but the tiptoe is actually harder. When you're doing the tiptoe, I want to maintain plank. Try not to bring your feet in and then sit on them and take the weight off your hands. So I want to maintain all my weight in my upper body. You bring your knees in as close as you can. If you have a yoga practice, that leads to like side crow. So if you wanted to do that, you can. If you don't know what that is, don't even worry about it. So those are your 10 movements. You're gonna do, those are your 4 movements, 10 reps each for 10 rounds. That's aggressive, but it's quick. So if you wanted to, if for some reason you're like kind of unmotivated lately, which happens, you could just choose to do 5 rounds or 7 rounds or something like that, and then just kind of see where you get to, or put a cap on it. Say I'm gonna work for 20 minutes and just see how far I get, if that's what you have, and that is perfect. Such a good mentality. I like the 10 reps because I am tired lately, and so counting to like these big reps is kind of like a lot sometimes, so just like doing little snippets and just getting it done really quickly. It's all about just manipulating those numbers so that it makes sense in our jumbled heads. Okay, so that's your workout. Don't forget to log on Sugar WOD, and I will see you guys there.